It's Nick Tolliver, Quale from the Chicago Bullpen with just a small video. The lack of heart and effort from this team is very disappointing to watch. Um, it's been a lot going on. Obviously, like you see, I'm in a whole different environment. Moved, a whole bunch of stuff has been happening, but during this process, I've still been watching the Bulls. Haven't missed a game, and nothing has changed. Nothing has improved. We're the same shit show that we've been for the past 3 years. And for the past 3 years, we've genuinely just been declining, like getting worse since the year that Lonzo went down. And there is things that we've been improving on in terms of yeah, there's small things we've been improving on in terms of our defensive effort at times, but we're a horrible fucking basketball team. Like, we fucking suck. Like, we're not a good team. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and we're not good. Like, the writing is on the wall. Like, we're a very bad basketball team, and I can't fathom how fucking horrible the Bulls are. Like, we're fucking horrible. This shit fucking sucks. Like, there's no fucking hope for the city of Chicago, let alone the Bulls. I have more faith in the Bears, the Blackhawks, the fucking Bulls, bro. The Bulls are fucking terrible. We suck. Like, we're fucking horrible, and there's no amount of change that could be made that will keep any of the big three here in a feasible fashion. They're all going to go eventually. Even if DeMar, Zach, or Vooch, one of those three has to be the last odd man out, they're all going to go. They're all going to get older. None of them are going to get any better at basketball than they are right now. The Bulls, one thing I will say is, in the moment, and I think it's easy to look back at trades because of the outcome. In the moment, Vucevic was a great trade. Looking back, it's fucking horrible. It's the worst trade. It's one of the worst trades in NBA history in terms of how fucking bad the other team got. The Portland Trailblazers are probably a better team than us right now. After they traded their star, Orlando Magic are 100% better than us right now. This trade was nothing but beneficial to everyone else around the league. Literally, because all the teams that wanted to trade for Vooch didn't make that mistake. And all the teams that had a feeling that we were going to make some noise, they don't have to worry about us because we keep doing the same bullshit. And we're going to continue to do the same bullshit. We had Billy Donovan on the hot seat and won by the hair of our chinny chin chin. And that saved his spot. We started that game down by, 22? And because we came back and won by about 8 points, that saved his spot. I don't think he was ever on the hot seat. I think to an extent, all these players, the owners, coaches, they all know what needs to be said, and they know how to allow certain information to circulate to save face. And I think this was a moment where, as an organization, to save face, we had to announce Billy Donovan was on the hot seat, but we extended him privately. I don't think that he was ever on the hot seat to begin with. I don't have a lot to say, man. Like, I obviously have a whole lot to say. It's just a lot of frustration, and it's killing me softly. It genuinely is, because I put a lot of passion into this team. I scream at my TV a lot. I put a lot of heart. I put more heart than Zach LaVine. Our max player. I put more heart from my fucking couch than Zach LaVine does as our max Chicago Bull player. He don't put no heart, no effort, and he would probably just see this video and get mad because I'm telling the truth. Like, I've never seen Zach take accountability. He has no passion. The players have even voiced that they're frustrated with his lack of accountability. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not gonna miss any games because that's just I personally feel like when we lose games and I'm not watching, I feel like that has to do with it. Not me specifically, but I feel like the less fans we have watching the games, the less of a chance we have to win. It's stupid. It's really dumb. But whenever I turn the TV off, I feel like, oh fuck, we're gonna lose for sure now. If I keep watching, we might come back. And I just think that even if Steph Curry, LeBron, I'm gonna watch every game. Don't get me wrong, but we're not winning any more games, man. I don't think that. I think the writing's on the wall. I think DeMar is the only one of the big three who still genuinely wants to be in Chicago, and I think he only wants to be in Chicago because he's looking at the rest of the league, seeing how much money he's gonna make with other teams, seeing the options with other teams, what championship contender is gonna want him, and at that. Is he going to have to start? Is he going to have to come off the bench? Is he going to have to come play into a role that he doesn't want to play into? And I'm trying not to just be frustrated and talk a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of bullshit. Because Zach and DeMar are both very talented players. And in my opinion, some of the most talented players in the league. They just lack certain things that really are detrimental to everything that they bring to the table. I think Zach's lack of accountability and IQ and defensive awareness overshadows all the offensive prowess because we look at a player like Austin Reeves who definitely doesn't have the offense that Zach LaVine does. But his name comes up in trade talk simply because he has a far better shot selection and he at least attempts to play defense. And granted, it could just be because he's younger. You know, I feel like when you're young and come into the league, you just play defense, not by default, but you play a little harder so you can keep making a name for yourself. But man, when has Zach tried on defense for real? The games where he was really good on defense, it almost seems like fuck you games. Like, bitch, you on Twitter saying I can't play defense, I'll get 2-3 steals tonight. And then he doesn't do it for another 4 or 5 games. Honestly, like, for like another 6 to 10 games. So it gets to a point where it's like, Zach, you don't want it as bad as you say you do. And to be completely fair, he never seems like he wants it. It always seems like it's DeMar who really wants to win and cares about getting better and improving as a player. And I think that we're just at a crossroads where DeMar and Zach are really good friends, really good buddies, and they're trying to figure out how this can work because DeMar is the best teammate Zach has ever had. But Zach is a pretty personable and chill person, it seems like. I think anywhere he goes, he's going to find a teammate he likes. Like, we could trade him to the Pistons, and I think him and Cade Cunningham would be best friends. So I don't think that it's worth trying to keep making this thing work because it's going to end up in a situation where Chicago isn't very fond of Zach and Zach isn't very fond of Chicago. I think we're in a place right now where we can just trade him, go on our separate ways, find a way to be successful, whether it be via rebuild, which I'm not a fan of, just because if it's a rebuild under Acme, I'm not for it. If it's a rebuild under a new regime, like a complete new system from coaches, ownership, and players, I'm for the rebuild. But as long as we're keeping the coaching staff and ownership, nothing will fucking change no matter whose name is on the back of the jersey. So I don't give a fuck whether they want to none of that shit. Whatever they want to do, I just don't want Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic to be a Bull any longer. Like, I understand the positives of each player. Like, if we get a better team around Zach, for like a better defensive team around his scoring prowess, if we get a better team around DeRozan for his scoring prowess, we just built a team of a bunch of niggas who could shoot the ball. In today's NBA, it's about like 70 to 85% of the greatest shooters in NBA history all play in today's NBA. Today's NBA is way too talented. Everybody can fucking shoot. I don't care about the scoring because when it comes to the defense, these niggas don't play any defense at fucking all. And it really blows my mind that there's actually people who look at this team and think there's things that we can do. No, there's not a single and I used to be one of those people who thought we didn't use Zach properly, which we didn't. But we hired and extended Billy Donovan. So it's either keep using him improperly or trade him for pieces, picks, or whatever will turn into players that Billy Donovan will use properly. Because we are fucking cursed and bugged with the burden of Billy Donovan. And we're not going to not be for a long time. He just got a secret extension, so he's going to be here for a while. I think we would have to lose by over 100 points for him to get fired, genuinely. Like, even tonight's major blowout to Boston, they're not even going to fucking look at him. They're going to just look at Zach's 2 points, look at DeMar's lack of production, and see what they can flip them into rather than starting with the easiest. And granted, I've said this for a long time. Billy Donovan he's always hid his hand behind star talent, and he's always been a very personable person. Billy Donovan is that kid in high school that doesn't do any of his fucking work. Like, he doesn't do any of his work. He does the bare fucking minimum. He has all D's just so he can walk the stage. But the principal, every staff member on campus knows and loves him. Why? Because he has a great personality. He's always in the office chopping it up with the principal, the vice principal when he's supposed to be in class. He's always walking around campus talking to the CSM, just chopping it up, having casual conversation, and everyone loves him. But when it comes to his actual job and the things he's doing, he's not doing a good job, but he's a great person, so we can keep his energy and keep his presence around. That's what the fuck we're doing with Billy Donovan. That's literally what we're doing with Billy Donovan. Like, I have no patience for this fucking franchise no more. This is coming from, I'm straight off of work, threw my bonnet on, this is crazy. I almost crashed my car listening to the game on the way home because I was like, oh my fucking God, take me out of misery. I would never not be a Chicago Bulls fan. Never. And that's crazy to fucking say because, we're horrible. But I would never not be a Bulls fan. I'm always going to see red. These motherfuckers got me seeing fucking, oh my God, blood, wine, all shades of red. They got me seeing red right now. But I would never not be a Bulls fan. I love being a Bulls fan. I love the Bulls. I love the passion that the fan base holds. I still think we have some of the most loyal fans of all time. But I will say this has definitely been the most stressful season in Bulls history for me, just because I think this is the most talented team we've had that's been this fucking horrible. Like, I've never been a fan of a good Bulls team that just sucked. Like, that's why there's so much confliction in the fan base. Like, we can keep Zach, we can keep DeMar, we can keep Vucevic, we can keep Billy. Like, no, fucking give them all the fucking boot. They all suck. Each and every one of them. Zach LaVine fucking sucks. He doesn't play any defense. I could care less. Bro, my students shoot like Zach LaVine. It feels like. And that's not saying they're as good as shooters as Zach LaVine. That's saying their fucking shot selection, because in today's NBA, what's more important, your ability to make a shot or your shot selection? Because it seems like in today's NBA, everybody can fucking make a shot. Where are you shooting it from? When are you deciding to shoot the ball? Who is in front of you and around you when you are shooting the ball? What is your personnel in terms of the offense around you? And who could you maybe dish it out to instead of shooting that ball? Zach don't have none of that fucking critical thinking. DeMar DeRozan can't pass the ball if he just thinks he's going to make it. He just can't pass the ball. He can't. Bro, I'm telling y'all, he can't. DeMar DeRozan will literally be 4 defenders on him. And he'll just dribble and dribble and dribble. If he's confident enough, he'll make it. I can't watch basketball like this any longer. And I have to, because I love the Chicago Bulls. I want to make content for this team. And I don't care if we're winning or losing. I still want to be able to do that. But fuck, this team fucking sucks. And I really wish all this bullshit wasn't going on, so I was able to just consistently make episodes and just show y'all how I've been feeling the whole season. Because honestly, it's been clear since the first 3 games the ship was going to sink very soon. But man, I didn't think it was going to sink this soon. But fuck. I've been telling Hayes, everybody, just my personal beliefs in terms of how we could turn it around since the past 2 years. We've been trying to turn the same scenario around for 2 years, and all it's been doing is turning in the other direction. Turning away from our hopes and dreams of being contenders, because we knew we could never be. And the fucked up part is we knew we would never be championship contenders. We were just hoping Acme would do something to push us over that hump, knowing it wouldn't happen. Who the fuck was gonna, who the fuck could we have added to this team to make us contenders? Genuinely. Who the fuck could we have added to? Because Lonzo didn't make us championship contenders. And that was the peak Bulls. We've never seen a championship contending Bulls team. And the last time we did was when Michael Jordan was a Chicago Bull. I wasn't even fucking alive. So this was just an emergency episode. And I just had to let my frustrations be heard, voice my opinions on this team, because the Chicago shit show is fucking canceled. This shit is horrible. I still need to figure out my schedule and like come up with ways to consistently be uploading, because work, school, everything has been fucking hectic. I just moved into a new house and shit, but dude, the Chicago Bulls have really fucking pushed me over the edge. I'm not the optimistic Bulls fan I once was. The sky is fucking falling. It fell on me. It fell on me. Like, the sky is under the fucking ground. It's falling. It's gone. There is no sky. There is no ceiling. There is no we've reached our limit. 5 games is the most games we're going to win this season until some shit fucking changes. I tried to tell Hayes that we might win 46 games. Did I? Or did I say like 56? I don't know what I said. But my formal apologize to Chicago Bulls Central and Chicago Bulls Nation for even thinking we were going to do that. Because we fucking suck. I don't know. I've never made an episode this long. This has been way too long. I don't have a script. I just be yapping. I'm just rambling because I fucking hate this team. And I love it with all my heart. I love this team. That's how much I fucking hate them. So, yeah, man, that's all I got to say. This is going to be the most vulgar episode in the history of Chicago Bullpen. But fuck the Bulls. I love them so much. But fuck Zach LaVine, fuck DeMar DeRozan, and fuck Nikola Vucevic. They all fucking suck. See Red, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I hope y'all can find things that bring y'all peace, because I understand the Bulls are fucking terrible and they can't do shit right. So it's frustrating all of us right now. But see Red, y'all. Peace.